Lesson 6-2, unit rate and unit costs. So first off, a rate is a ratio that compares two unlike quantities. And then a unit rate then would be a ratio that is simplified to have a denominator or 1 unit, or a denominator of 1 unit. So that means we're trying to find out what is the cost or the rate of one item. And when you're dealing with the unit cost, that's the price per unit or price for one. Like if you're at a store, the price up per box or per bottle. So let's take a look at our first examples. Here we need to express each as a unit rate. It says 70 minutes to stock 14 shelves. So we want to know how many minutes is going to be dedicated per shelf. So if I did 70 divided by 14, we would get 5. So it'd be 5 minutes per shelf. Next, 5 oranges for $1.20. So if we did 5 divided by $1.20, we'll just grab our calculator here. So 5 divided by 1.2, we would get 4, and so put that as a fraction. So that'd be 4 and 1/6. So that would be, so if we're dealing with money here, we would round to the nearest cents. So we would say 1 orange would cost actually we'd do the other way around. So it'd be $1.20 divided by 5 because we want to know what is the cost per orange. So if we did $1.20 and divide that by 5, that would give us 24 cents. So about 24 cents per orange. Next, 140 miles on 4 gallons of gas. So we want to know how many miles you can go in with 1 gallon. So you would do 140 divided by 4. And 140 divided by 4. 4 goes into 14 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. So 14 minus 12 is 2. Bring down the 0. 4 goes into 25 times. So that'd be 35 miles per gallon. Next, we got $6 for 12 pounds of spaghetti. So we want to know what is the cost of 1 pound of spaghetti. So if we did 6 divided by 12, we'll grab our calculator very quickly. 6 divided by 12 should be 1/2, or actually not 1/2, or 1/2, which would be half, or 50 cents. So this would be 50 cents. So 50 cents per pound. Next, 720 words in 60 lines. We want to know how many words per line. So if we did 720 divided by 60, and this should give us, 6 goes into 72 12 times. So this should be 12 words per line. And this last one, 4 quarts of soup for $3.80. So you would do $3.80 divided by 4 to find the cost per quart. So we'll grab our calculator. And we have $3.80, and we're going to divide that by 4 quarts. That gives us 95 cents per quart. So all those would be unit rates. So the rate per shelf, per orange, per pound of spaghetti, per quart, per line. Next, we want to find which is the better buy. So we want to find the cost per unit before we do the comparison. So 7 tickets for $42.67. So for this one, we are going to take the $42.67 and we're going to divide that by 7 tickets to find out how much that would be. So 42.67, we're going to divide that by 7, and that gives us roughly $6.10. So we'll round it to the nearest cent. And then the other one, we have $63.18 for 9 tickets. So on our calculator, we got 63.18, and we're going to divide that by 9. And these tickets would be $7.02. So the better buy would be the 7 tickets for $42.67 because you would be only paying $6.10 per ticket as opposed to $7.02. Next, we got 3 pints for $1.08 or 5 pints for $1.95. So $1.08 divided by 3. So we'll grab our calculator again. So $1.08 divided by 3. So each pint would be 36 cents. And then the other one, we have $1.95 for 5 pints. So $1.95 divided by 5, this would be 39 cents per pint. That means 36 cents is cheaper, so we would do the 3 pints for $1.08 as the better buy. Next, 3 cans for $4 or 4 cans for $5.50. Well, if you have $4 and you're getting 3 cans for it, that's 4 divided by 3, which would be 1.3 repeating. So this would be roughly $1.33. And then we have the $5.50 divided by 4. Grab our calculator very quickly. $5.50 divided by 4 cans. That would give us $1.38. And $1.33 is cheaper, so we would go with the 3 cans for $4. Next, a 30-ounce jar of salad dressing costs $2.39. A 24-ounce jar costs $2.14, and a 13-ounce jar costs $1.42. To the nearest cent, what is the cost per ounce of each size jar, and then which is the better buy? So we're going to do $2.39 divided by 30. So I'll do that first. So do it $2.39 divided by 30 ounces. That would give us roughly 8 cents per ounce. Next, we have 24 ounce for $2.14. So 2.14 divided by 24. Grab our calculator here. So we got 2.14 divided by 24. This is roughly 9 cents per ounce. And then our last one here, we got 13 ounce, so this would be $1.42 divided by 13. So grab our calculator. So $1.42 divided by 13 ounces. This would be roughly 11 cents per ounce. So which is the better buy? The better buy would be the 30-ounce jar for $2.39. Next, to write the ratio of 2 measures as a fraction without unit names, both units must be the same. So we're going to change the larger unit of measure to the smaller unit of measurement. So here we want to write the ratio with the same units. So the larger unit would be, in this case, would be the dimes. So we need to know how many dimes is, or how many nickels are in 30 dimes, or in 3 dimes. Well, 2 nickels equals 1 dime, so that means this is 6 nickels. Because I just did 2 times 3. Now I can compare, this would be 4 to 6, which reduced would be 2 to 3. And if we were to put it as a fraction, this would be, as a fraction, it would be 2/3. And our last couple problems, write these with the same units. So 2 gallons to 5 quarts. The smaller one is quarts. So 2 gallons, we know that there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So this would be 8 quarts. So that means we have 8 to 5. I can't reduce it, so that would be our ratio. 4 days to 2 weeks. Days is the smaller unit. That means 2 weeks is 14 days. So that would be 4 to 14, which if I divide this by 2 halves, we would get a ratio of 2 to 7. So that is our lesson on unit rate and unit costs.